This video is about first row D block elements. The keyword in the question is the formula Mn2O. The concept of this question is naming ionic compounds with transition metals. So the compounds has to be ionic and include a transition metal for the following rules to work. So step 1 is to name the first element. So here are 3 examples, and if we were to apply the first rule, we would get iron, lead, and tin. Step number 2 is to determine the oxidation state and add it in the brackets. So first is to determine the total oxidation state of the corresponding elements or the compound, and the oxidation state of the transition metal, we would get +3 for iron, +2 for lead, and +12 for tin, but there is 3 atoms, so individually it is +4. And then we would write the oxidation state in Roman numerals in brackets next to their name. So we would get 3, 2, and 4. The last step is to name the second element with "ide" or the polyatomic. So we have chlorine in our first example, so we would have to change the suffix from "ine" to "ide." And we would get chloride. Next, we have oxygen, so the name is oxide. Then lastly, we have a polyatomic, and for this, we don't have to change anything. We would just write its name as it is, so we would get phosphate. And that's how we name these compounds. So going back to the question, the first step is to name the first element, and in this question, it is manganese. Then we determine its oxidation state, and we would get +1. So we would write that as the Roman numeral next to in the brackets. And lastly, we have oxygen as our second element, so the suffix is oxide. And so this is our final answer.